Hello, my name is FRANCESFOX. How are you? I'm glad that you're joining us. We are here for intention training for peace and prosperity. And depending upon how this weekend plays out, having to do with the world scene, we may add the words peace and prosperity in the midst of chaos. Because I have been preparing this that we're doing since 1999. The first time I gave this class was December 1999. Prosperity in the midst of chaos. So, depending upon the weekend, because of world events, it will have the word in the midst of prosperity or not. Maybe we have created something of a wave and it will be softer than it would have been. But what are we doing today? The first thing you're going to do is you're going to self-assess how you're feeling, because you are the most important player on the world scene. Because from the fundamental structure of the universe, which is inside of you and is a channel that receives a nectar, in the Bible it says it's from God, you receive that, and from there you create reality. You are the center of everything. You need to get in touch with how you're feeling, what your moods are. I need to remember to bring the two sketches of Michelangelo, the configuration of his mind strings when he was just Michelangelo, an Italian fellow who was really good at art, and the same Michelangelo, but when he was actually creating his art. Two different mind sketches. So you need to learn that you can switch very quickly, but you need to know what's going on with you. And one of the things, if you join us often enough, is you're going to start to get in touch with yourself. Short story, I was talking about this black line in my mouth and what was going on with me. The next day, I drew it for all of you. There was a black line going across everyone in their aura. Last night in the chat, I said I heard like a little machine in my third eye, like a zzz. That's weird. I've never heard that before. When we checked, there was a machine trying to cut across the central channel so that I wouldn't have access to what's above, which is the crown chakra, which is connection to source, to God, etc., and the rest of my system. You'll see the light is switching, switching, switching. That's because my frequency is switching, switching, switching. We're all in this process. I seem to do it faster than others. And I seem to be getting a veneer of like a greenish blue, which I like because I'm dolphin consciousness. So where are you at from 1 to 10? 1, you want to slit your wrist, you feel horrible, that's it. 10, you feel great. Where are you at now? Now let's go ahead and bring the physical evidence that you will assess. You are the center of the universe. What color do you see this dress? Gold and white? You're fine. Very shiny golden white. You're doing really well. Blue and bronze. Your frequency is low, which means that everything that you do and that you touch is going to be affected by a lower frequency. We are in a time in which there's two different things happening. You can see that in the media that you choose. It's biased one way or the other, and there's almost like there's no in between. So when you see that dress, bronze and blue, everything you touch will have the vibration that is taking this planet down. So it's not that you're going to take the planet down. It's just that you are hooked by the law of attraction to that vibration. You need to move it along so that your vibration rises. Then you will see the exact same dress in white and gold, which means that if you're looking at opportunities, the one that's going to stand out for you is the one that has gold, the one that has light. Whereas if you're seeing blue and black, everything that you see is going to be at that level. So it's two different levels. We're living with these two choices, and it has to do with our vibration. Okay, so you have those two assessments. We're going to start with the depression mantra because everybody is either very depressed themselves or everybody around them is, or one particular person is, and energy transfers really quickly. So we're going to do the mantra for the solar plexus, which is called the garbage can of emotions. I was thinking a minute if I should change the music, but no, we're not going to do that. So let me go ahead and get the music. It has a lot of yellow, which is the color of the solar plexus. And it has a lot of dandelions, which is for digestion, because your digestion is controlled by the solar plexus. And by the way, I went to the vet today to pick up pet food, and I asked them what was going on with pets because our stuff transfers to them. What ailments were they coming in with? And the main one had to do with the heart. And if you check, having to do, like I'm on X and I'm signed up for all the animal sites. If you check, you'll see that a lot of animals are dying from heart conditions. A lot of pets are connected. So I would like for you starting today. You know what? Give me a second to think. We're going to change the music to the one that will support your heart center. You need to breathe into your heart all day long. Not here. No. Drop. Right now, try it. Drop your consciousness into your heart center and breathe from there. And also look at the world from there. When I do the mind stream configurations of people that we consider saintly, sacred, awesome, their stream of consciousness comes from the heart, not from the third eye and not from the garbage can of emotions, the solar plexus. So I'm going to change the music. And I actually don't have, there's a ticking sound. Maybe there's a ticking time bomb here, Francis. You said that last night, but there's really, I don't have anything here that is making that noise. Maybe it's one of the people that's watching us. So we're going to go ahead and go with this one. The mantra is repeated in silence. You expel your breath through your mouth. Okay, so what's new today in terms of news from other dimensions? From yesterday, we realized that our third eye is under attack and that our heart chakra needs to be vitalized. Why? Because there's the heart chakra. All the chakras have a channel, front to back. The heart chakra channel is the most important. And it is like an escape channel. So just breathe into there. You can tap into there. And just know it's really important to have the heart center well. The plague, I don't use the word that other people use, the plague that we had that completely castrated the entire planet, was what it affected was the heart chakra, lungs, blood pressure, breathing machines, heart, 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 heart. So pay attention. Okay, so here we go, and I will get the mantra up now. Okay. This is not good. I feel that it is somebody that does not want for this particular daily event to take place. I think I've taken care of it. You probably wouldn't have felt it because I think it was done for this event. But let's go ahead and move on to the next mantra, which is the reason why we're here, which is to vitalize our intention to have peace and prosperity. This is the mantra. It's repeated again. In silence, you expel the breath through your mouth, your 2 feet on the ground. And I would go ahead and continue to breathe into the heart chakra, and then you can do this mudra, okay? And you can do anything you want with your hands. Just try not to cross your arms or your legs, okay? Put them any place you want, but without crossing them. And I am going to do the music that has to do with the mind strings so that they will release. But breathe into your heart, and it will make a huge difference for you. Okay, here we go. We're going to do 20 minutes. amplify this music because it has the sound of the birds chirping, which is a frequency called trilling. Trilling is the frequency of the human mind strings. The big mind string humans have is the fundamental structure of the universe. And then we have 72,000 more that extend. I'll very quickly put up the graphic. So the birds chirping in that sensory video supports the well-being of the strings of your mind, which create your reality. Several things. Your heart chakra is the sense organ connected. Your skin is the sense organ connected to your heart chakra. The sketch that I did shows that we're lifting off. This is Earth, and we're lifting off. Except what's interesting, the spiraling is in the opposite direction of the way the clock runs. It's counterclockwise. Remember the whole swastika thing? The swastika thing is that there's two of them. One is in the direction of the crown chakra, and the other is in the direction of the root. The trick of the matter is that the root chakra, what it likes is counterclockwise spiraling, which is what this is, and it roots you, but it's not rooting you here. We're being pulled up. This is almost like encasing us. We're in the process of ascension. And I have to say that I'm sure that people, well, how do you know? And blah, blah. Fine, great. You know what? All I'm doing here is giving you what I see. But my protocol that I was trained under was super strict, super difficult. But you ended up with really accurate information. In other words, the fact that I can't understand this, and it sounds like I'm being presumptuous in thinking that I'm documenting the essential process, okay, those are all issues that I have. But those issues cannot interfere with what it is I sketch on the paper. Whether I like it or I understand it, or you're going to like it or understand it, doesn't matter. What I see is what I see. This is in the opposite direction. There's something going on with direction. Up, down is no longer down, and up is no longer up. See the way the colors changed here? And it got like a, not gray, like a greenish polar cap shift. It's not making any sense because of the way we've lived, but everybody is saying something big is going to happen. The awakening is already happening, but something bigger than that. And we appear to be in the middle of it, and it appears to be really big, and it appears to create a disconnect from planet Earth. Now, everybody said, and I have said, and the dolphins have said, that we're going to end up with two planet Earths, one with a particular very low frequency and one with a much higher frequency. And there is not going to be one planet with both because the two frequencies are too different. They can't be in the same space. How's that going to happen? I have no idea, but maybe this is how it's going to happen. I am documenting what I see and what I see in all of you. So we're going to go ahead now and go to the last mantra, which is a telegram mantra. And you're going to send it to your heart center. By the way, my heart chakra is so bad that it's so weak because of everything. I'm a mind control victim, and the thing that they do to keep you on track is to break your heart by threatening family members, killing your pets, etc. So my heart chakra is so weak that I cannot watch any movie or any show that creates any kind of an emotional reaction. I can't watch violence. I just can't, because I lived it. I can't. But even like a sad thing, I can't. It's too much. I feel like I'm going to break. My acupuncturist said I needed to have acupuncture done on my heart protector. For those of you that have the same issue, they are able to work with that in acupuncture. I didn't know there was something, meridians that were heart protectors. The point of the matter is, Francis Lopez, please stop that, because it's almost like you're sending me a mind control message. So please stop that. You already made your point. Stop it. So here we go again with the whole issue of belief systems. I can tell you that there's too large a gap between what people, certain groups of people know and what you have been told or you have been allowed to know. A lot of games have been played with things that are spiritual and sacred, and such as the swastika. Oh my God, that's Nazi. Well, 4,000 years before, 6,000 years before the Nazis showed up, those symbols were sacred symbols. The third eye. Wow, you do want to get in contact with everything about your third eye. Because definitely the people who want to control us do not want us to be able to see things and to understand things instantly without having to go through this whole, first let's let science figure it out. You know how long it takes for science to figure it out? And by the way, those people would have never lasted in the program I was in because they have an overlay to their information. And that overlay is, darn, we better prove this particular point with this piece of research. No, 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 no. That is not valid research. That's marketing, that's manipulation. None of those people would have made it. Maybe they would have broken their back and they would have been able to let go of those emotional overlays. But why am I saying this right now? Because I can tend to go on and on. I'm half Cuban. Okay. So every morning I get together with a friend of mine via phone and discuss this chat. And she does not speak Spanish. She only speaks English. And the whole thing of how much do I tell you without turning you off? How much do I tell you without you going, oh, this woman's a freak or this woman's crazy. She thinks we're going to believe that? Come on. And her thing is trying, okay, Frances, hold back a little bit. With the thing with my mouth and the black line, she was not happy with that. Well, I wasn't either. That's why I said, please pay attention to that chat. It turned out that we all had a black line here, which is magic, which is what I want to talk about. We start this chat. This is black magic. Do you think I wanted to sketch this? Oh, no, we can't go to that chat anymore. Well, we don't actually know where you got that. We got that as a collective. We took care of it. Okay? But if I monitor, first of all, I'm going against my protocol, which isn't a bad thing if I'm creating something for the higher good. But that's been an excuse forever for the people that know more. No. Let's not worry their pretty little head about it. I don't want to do that to you. So I'm going to give you what I get and just try and tolerate it. Okay? And don't accept that it's real, but don't go away because I'm giving you what it is that I'm actually seeing. Because that black line, I never thought that I would get validation on that. I thought it was my own issue that I was getting interfered with. I'm trying to find the sketch to be able to show you. I thought I was getting interfered with and that somebody didn't want me to do the chat, so they were doing something, and that's how come I had the black line. Anyway, I can't find it right now, but here, hold on 1 second. That black line that was horrible and embarrassing, and I still have a little bit of it, it turned out that all of you had it. It turned out that last night on the chat, many people were saying that they're having problems, broken teeth, tremendous pain here, having to go to the dentist, a lot of itching around their nose and their mouth. Well, that's where the line is. Now, if I hadn't gone out of my comfort zone to discuss that in me, it wouldn't have been quite as impactful once I see it in all of you and that you see it. So going back to this is magic. Somebody doesn't want this to happen. Doesn't feel like it's galactics. Doesn't feel like it's spirits from off planet. Spirits from off planet. Come on. What do you think those ETs are? Get with the program. Widen your lens. Or you're going to be the group that's going to just have the bad part of the multiple dimensions that we live in and not the good part. You got to get educated. For that, you have to hear it all, and you can have your own discernment. But if you don't know anything, your discernment is not going to be that great initially. It's going to be overwhelming. So just stay open, widen the lens and stay open. Okay. So this was black magic. We took care of it. This is counterclockwise, which is the opposite direction. Counterclockwise should be pulling you down. This is pulling us up, away from Earth. That's in the other sketch where it's got the green. We don't I can't explain it all because we've never been through this process before. But the only people who ascended gracefully on planet Earth in the history were the Mayans. That's why they keep saying they keep sending expeditions to their little cities in northern Guatemala and Mexico, and they can't figure out why from one day to the next they left. There were no plagues, there was no lack of water. Where did they go? They very gracefully slipped into the other dimensions. Is that what we're doing now? This is orange, by the way. It looks red, but it's orange. If it was red, it would be microwave, which pulls your spirit out of your physical body and leaves you as an empty vessel for another spirit to come in. That's not what's going on here. Thank God. So we're going to go to the last mantra, which is a telegram mantra. And you direct it to your heart. And I'm going to change the mantra. I'm not going to put the happy thing. We need to have faith. I don't know what's going to happen this weekend, but it's entirely possible that because of emotions, your spirit is your astral emotional body. Your spirit is a force. So if you don't have your emotions processed, not under control, you are going to make decisions that might not be wise. I am very worried about what just happened in Russia, because whoever runs Russia, whose name I'm not going to say because it's going to trigger too many things, emotionally, I think he's like up to here. And that's a problem. I would like for him to do the mantra, even though I hate and want to destroy the world. I love and accept myself, because he's very angry. Does he have reason to be angry or not? That's not what's important. What's important is the creation of reality, and he may be creating a reality, or other people can be creating reality because they have been overwhelmed by negative emotions that were not processed. The definition of the word emotion in the dictionary is to move out. And as a verb, emote, move out. That's what artists do when they're on stage. They emote. What are we told to do with our emotion? Put them in, be civilized. And that is why the cradle of volcanology is also the cradle of civilization. Because to be civilized means that you dishonor the definition of the word emote, emotions. You take them in, and then Mother Earth absorbs them, like after 9/11, that Mother Earth absorbed so much rage that was never processed until later, when they used it to take away freedoms, etc. Mother Earth absorbed it, and 6 weeks after 9/11, there was an earthquake, epicenter New York. I've already said that to you, those of you that have been here from the beginning. So we're going to go and do the mantra. I trust, because we don't trust. And we need to trust, because if we don't trust, then we react, such as who did whatever it is that happened today in the news in Russia. Who did that? Do you trust? Do the people making the decisions trust that they're going to be able to control this? We don't know. You need to trust. So the mantra is a telegram. You direct it to your heart. Breathe into your heart. Breathe from your heart. And send as a telegram these words to your heart center. And we're going to put the music that has to do with the heart chakra, and it connects you to Venus, which means you're going to get channeled those strings from the fundamental structure of the universe, which is the structure for creation. Those strings can channel energy from different places, not just your mother-in-law's house. It can channel from Venus. Let's get it channeled from Venus, okay? and it will let there be more love, peace, etc. We're going to do. Okay. How do you feel? I mean, obviously, I did the mantra, and I can feel myself, my consciousness dropping into my heart chakra. We have what is called an eye of consciousness. It's huge. And many years ago, I started to see a huge eye over our beds, huge like this. And I thought, we're in trouble. And then the insomnia issue started. That huge eye was the eye of consciousness of invading forces. When they say, are the ETs going to invade? Are they going to? They have already, and they've invaded our homes and our heads in the other dimensions. So, but you have an eye of consciousness. When you have Down syndrome, the eye of consciousness of that person is in their third eye, which does not make them very functional on the physical dimension, but very sacred. Our eye of consciousness is usually in our solar plexus, which is the garbage can of emotions. So we have lots of emotions, which is what I am hoping does not get triggered this weekend with what it was that happened in Russia. Lots of emotions. And people with too much of the fire element, which is going to make them unable to negotiate or to hear the other person. Okay? So what I'm saying is you need to make an effort to be in control of the center of your consciousness, which looks like a huge eye. The first time I saw that, I wasn't happy. Everybody's got it, including certain ETs, maybe all of them, I don't know. But you want to be in control of yours. And if you can drop it down, because apparently we have it like up here, flitting around into your heart center, you're going to be able to have the intelligence of the heart that Plato and Aristotle said was so the most valuable intelligence to have. From there, you see how everything relates. And from there, you make much better decisions. So I found it much easier than I thought because my heart has been so damaged with whatever programming I was in. But today, because I've been doing it for 2 days, I can feel that it feels a little bit heavier. I'm not, flying high, but not heavy in a bad way. Heavy as in very grounded. And Estella is reminding me to tell you about a series that we have. I think it's just in Spanish. I have to get the subtitles, which, of course, YouTube will not let us have subtitles in English. No. But if you know Spanish, you need to see it because it's all about how those ETs have invaded already. That's why people who know talk about, no, the aliens, maybe they're going to invade. Are they coming here? When are they coming? They're already here. They're inside your kid's head. They're inside you. And that's why you have restless leg syndromes. And that's why people are running around killing other people. It's a massive invasion. But that series makes it very simple. And the only reason it's a series of videos is when I showed it to my family as one long video, they said, this is too much. People can't take this. They can't take this. This is too much. And it's true. The information is valid, but it is like too much. To all of a sudden have the veils come up and go, oh my God, my kid is invaded. It's hard. So you just chapter by chapter, you look at it. So we will see you then again, probably not until Monday. I'm not sure I'll do anything this weekend unless something really comes undone on the world scene and we need to go back. So let's review what we did, where you are at in terms of the group consciousness here. The captions are in English. It does have, she says they do have it in English. Wonder how accurate that is. Here is how we started. Somebody did black magic. This is black magic. Those X's close the channels of the fundamental structure of the universe and the mind streams. And then we went here, which is good, counterclockwise, which normally pulls you down. This is pulling you up. Again, something's happening. Reversal of the poles, don't know. And then we went into, this was very nice, lifting up. And then here, we're lifted up, but there's this channel that comes down. It's kind of like giving us a protection. So here we are at end times, documenting what appears to be the ascension process, and a good explanation. What's happening is an explanation for all the dizziness and the inability to concentrate, lots of things going on with the ears, lots going on with the mouth. I'm ready to call my dentist and say, what's going on? A lot of people, and I'm sure he's going to say, oh my God, what the heck is going on? Now, for me, it hurts on this side. My friend who had a stroke on the right, where she's feeling it is on the right. So for most of you, this invasion will be on the left, but for some of you, it may be on the right. So just pay attention. And the mantra, let me give you the mantra for that, because that might be important. I have to say that this mantra, let me see if I can. This is the mantra that the Mantrist movement did during the plague. And I didn't notice till like a year later. And I said, this is interesting. We're tens of thousands of people, and yet there's nobody coming to the group saying, oh my God, my daughter has the plague and she's sick as a dog. And we got very little of that. And I said, it's interesting because practically nobody. And it turns out that this mantra addresses the issues, the weaknesses that you have to have for the plague to come in and affect you. Okay? Which is excess fire, and there you got the hate. Weak heart, which is why the big issue was the ventilators and people with heart conditions, and now they're having the heart failure. It should have the word, even though I hate, and my heart is broken. But you might want to repeat that. Remember to always repeat it in silence. And it's extremely effective when emotions are out of control. Thank you for joining us.